Hi there, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be your second half of May general reading. And if you're new here, my name is Melissa, and I do zodiac tarot readings as well as metaphysical Monday posts. That means every Monday I post a video on a metaphysical topic, which you can help me out with by making a suggestion in the comments if you feel so inclined. There's a link to the playlist in the description box below, so you can check out the other videos. There's stuff about crystals and meditation and smudging and energy clearing, that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, check out the description box for the link. Also, I forgot to mention in some of the other videos, so you not necessarily get first dibs, but you get to be aware of it. I'm going to do a giveaway for a free personal reading or private reading, I guess, same thing, right? When I hit 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, so I'm going to finish shuffling. So while I'm shuffling, I will remind you this is a general reading. I will be connecting to energies all over the place, so I will have messages for multiple people. So if something doesn't resonate for you, then it's probably meant for somebody else. So please take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. All right, one more shuffle. One more shuffle for Gemini. Okay. The bottom of the deck is going to determine the overall energy for the reading since we don't have a question to go off of. And we have the Eight of Wands in reversed. Okay. Eight of Wands in reversed. I keep saying in reversed for some reason. I've never said it that way before. A reversed Eight of Wands is telling me that we're going to be talking about something that you're maybe moving backwards on. I feel like we're kind of going backwards on something here. So, all right, what do we have for Gemini? What is Gemini dealing with right now? Okay. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. More reversed eights. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have the Justice reversed. Okay. All right, so I feel like we're kind of going backwards on something and feel like this is like really taking this quite literally, being left out in the cold. There's some kind of change coming, and I feel like maybe it's kind of going backwards. Again, the Justice is also in reverse, so I feel like you don't, what I'm getting intuitively is you don't feel like you got something out of a situation that you thought you were going to get. You thought you were going to get some kind of results from a situation, but that's not what you ended up with. You don't feel, here's where the intuitive part, you don't feel like justice was served. You don't feel like what was supposed to come from the situation is what came out. And you're feeling a little bit left out in the cold because that's not what you expected. You expected more positive results is what I'm feeling like, and that's not what you got. But yeah, like the eights, like, I don't know. The eights are like moving away from something. I feel like you're kind of going backwards, back towards something that you felt like you left behind. Maybe because you didn't get the outcome that you wanted, so you're going to try again. That's kind of what I'm getting more intuitively than from the cards, honestly. What is the near future for Gemini? Near future for Gemini. Ooh, nope, didn't flip. Near future for Gemini. Oop, there went something. Oh, there went a whole piles of something. Okay, so what we have is King of Cups, and then these guys. All three cards that I were gonna pull. Language is a problem for me. I'm not wearing a necklace to help with my throat here. Yeah, the High Priestess. Come on, the High Priestess or Priest. The High Priestess is reversed, so we're not trusting our intuition, and again with feeling like there's some kind of deception. And I feel like the deception is going back to what you thought you were going to get out of the situation. You feel like you were deceived. Justice wasn't served. This isn't the way things were supposed to go. And you feel like something, maybe somebody has been a little shady. But like if there's a mature person in your life, I feel like maybe you think that they are a thief in the night, kind of. I mean, to go very, very literal on that one as well. These cards for me are really easy to take super literal. Like they're not like my other decks. Let me tell you. These cards are very literal to me, and every time I see them it's just like a super literal, like, this is the message for you. But I feel like there's an older person, more maybe not necessarily older chronologically, but somebody that's quite mature in your life that you see as like, they'll say something and you're just like, you sound like my dad, or you sound like my grandpa, or, you know, there's somebody in your life that you feel is a little bit more mature than you. So I feel like that's that might be somebody in your life that you feel is kind of the reason why things didn't go the way you thought they were going to go. And having the High Priestess is right below the Justice card, like this. So, and in this deck, the High Priest, or the Justice card, to me has a feminine quality. I don't necessarily think that's a male, but to me it's got a feminine quality to it. So I feel like they go together really well to kind of solidify the meaning. But the Justice card is more, not really law, but mandates, things that are set in stone, whereas the High Priestess is more intuition based and going with what you feel is right, versus the Justice card being what everyone else says is right. So I feel like you don't think justice was served, in that you don't think that the outcome of this situation that you were in is what it was supposed to be, or what you expected it to be, more specifically. Okay. Sorry. My cold is starting to go away, I think. What do we need to know here? I feel like there's something the cards are holding back on. What is the situation? What is the situation that we're already discussing? What is the situation we're discussing with Gemini? Yeah. What is this situation? What situation is Gemini feeling? Okay. I'm going to have to dig that card out. It flipped itself over. And it is the Seven of Wands. Okay. I feel like kind of an overwhelmed, there's an overwhelmed situation. More details on the situation, please. What is Gemini overwhelmed with? Knight of Swords. Okay, so something stopped. I feel like something has stopped, and you expected, okay, you expected a situation to carry out, but it stopped. And that's the outcome that you were not expecting. You were expecting it to keep going, and it stopped. I don't feel like this is necessarily a relationship, but being drawn to the King of Cups, I feel like maybe was there a relationship? I feel like I'm connecting with somebody pretty specific here. Somebody, you know who I'm talking to. If this is you were in a relationship maybe with somebody that you found more mature than you, possibly actually literally older than you, and you felt like this relationship would last a lot longer than it did. You had high hopes for this expectation, or high hopes or high expectations for this relationship, but it ended. It ended abruptly. You were not expecting an end to the relationship. Something has ended for you, and it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming, and it was overwhelming for the other person, and so they ended it. Or it was overwhelming for you, and you ended it. It was too much too fast, and it came to an end abruptly. So, I feel like we have clarity on what the situation is, at least for the person I'm connecting with right now. Yeah, there was a situation, and there's not a whole lot to indicate that this is a relationship for the majority of people watching this video. So I feel like that relationship aspect is specific to one or a small group of people. But for the majority of you, it is not a romantic relationship, but something else that has come to an end abruptly, whether it's a job. I don't feel like it's a job, but something has come to an end abruptly, and it's left you feeling kind of out in the cold, and that this isn't how this was supposed to be, and you're feeling a little stuck as far as how you expected this to turn out. But we're going to get some advice from the cards on what your next steps should be. All right. What advice do we have for Gemini? Advice for Gemini. Page of Cups reversed. This keeps coming out in all the readings, guys. Page of Cups reversed. I feel like this is a not trusting a situation. There's a message that's coming that you don't need to hear. So I feel like somebody's coming in to give you advice that you should not necessarily ignore, but that's the first word that came to me. Take it with a grain of salt is what I'm feeling for you. There's a message coming in that is it makes you feel emotional, but it's not really emotion for you to keep. You don't need to don't take it to heart is what I'm hearing. So what somebody's supposed to be helping you, but the message that they give you is not what's in your best interest right now. Okay. More advice for Gemini. More advice for Gemini. Advice. Two of Swords reversed. We have a lot of reversed cards. A lot of reversed cards. I feel like Two of Swords is that you need to make a decision. You have a couple of options that you need to choose from, but reversed, I feel like there's no other options. What you see is what you get, which is she's not seeing anything. So being reversed is you see something, and I feel like you're kind of in denial. You're in denial about what's really going on here, which kind of comes back to the original, like, something's going backwards. And I feel like it's because you're in denial. Don't listen to the advice of young people, is what I'm getting. Somebody that's kind of younger is going to try and help you out, and you need to, be nice about it, but you don't have to listen to them. The advice that they're giving you is not, it's coming from an immature standpoint, and they may not know what they're talking about. And it's what you're going through is kind of a little bit over their head, and they're coming from a good place and trying to help you, but it's not really for you. It's something that they would need to work on for themselves. It's coming from their perspective on things, and I feel like it's a younger person. Their perspective is a little bit limited because they haven't been on the planet for very long, so they don't have a whole lot of experience to go off of that would help you. So be nice about it. They're coming from a good place. But I feel like the decision is more clear. Next steps. I have just cards everywhere. There's not even a spread anymore. They're just in a pile. Okay. Next steps for Gemini. Next steps. Another page. Okay. This is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Reverses. Okay, so we're going backwards, and I feel like the advice that I'm getting is that you need to go backwards. You're going backwards for a reason. Things stopped. It's like you're on a wheel and it's spinning, and somebody stopped the wheel and spun it the other direction. And I feel like it's because you need to go back and visit something. Something happened that didn't register with you, that you didn't notice, and you need to go back. It's like you literally need to go back in time and visit what this was that you missed. Something was missed. You didn't see something that you needed to see. You didn't hear something that you needed to hear. So it's time to go back. Okay, now actually going to this card. The Page of Pentacles is... this is literally like learning a new skill, going to school, something to do, a new job, a job offer more specifically, but it's reversed. So I feel like whatever this is, you need to continue going backwards. You really need to go back. Okay, I need more clarity for Gemini. The Hermit. Thank you. That's the clarity I needed. The Hermit. Okay, the Hermit is secluded. He has his crow and his moon and a candlestick, and he uses those to go within. This is your next step. This is the clarity on the next step. You know what you need to do, and it's going to require some solitude. So back to the person I was connecting to before about being in a relationship with an older person. It ended for a reason, because you need to go back. You need to go back and go within, seeking answers that you can only find from within. It's time for some solitude. What has ended for a reason. And this reason is because you need to work on yourself. You need to go internal and seek some higher guidance from your higher self, your spirit guides. Get in touch with yourself. It's time to focus on you. So going back, visiting, I'm feeling like a hypnosis for you. Going back in time mentally to see what it is that you could have missed that caused this halt. So, yeah, I feel like that would be the advice right now, is you kind of know what you need to do, and you need to be alone. Don't jump into another relationship. Don't jump into another job right away. You need to really work on yourself and finding the answers that you already have, but that you maybe weren't paying attention to in the past. So it's time to take a trip into the past to find what you need to know for the future. So I hope that this helps. I expect to see some clarity in your next reading. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button and come back here in a couple of weeks, where we will see what has unfolded from your journey into the past. So thank you so much for watching. And as always, have a blessed day.